Online audience? Oh. Toastmaster Kuushalie, your 4-star constellation was so bright that everyone sitting over here could just got stuck and could just watch them. Okay. Now, to move on to the last speaker for today's meeting, I would like to introduce the speech evaluator first to deliver his speech objectives. Toastmaster Aditya says he's a big fan of Harry Potter and loves chess and up for a game anytime. He's too dramatic and introvert by nature, and he believes in live in the moment. Toastmaster Aditya, voting.
Yep. Good morning, everyone. So, icebreakers, and icebreakers. The meeting is full of icebreakers. I do remember my first speech. I'm so sorry for my evaluator because I don't remember him, but still, I remember the objectives. The objectives were introduce yourself to the club and then understand the basics of public speaking. So these are the objectives. Same for my target speaker, Tanoj, and especially good morning to you. Hi. Don't feel so tensed. This is your first speech, and this is going to be your best speech. All the best with your speech. And timer, please note that 4 to 6 minutes is the speech limit. Thank you.
Now to introduce the last speaker for today's meeting, Tanoj. He says he's a vagabond who doesn't get a chance to travel a lot because he's an Amrita student. Toastmaster Tanoj, how we met? Toastmaster Tanoj.
How we met? Who met whom? You'll get to know in 5 minutes. Wake up. This is the last speech. I know you are tired. Yeah. At 5:30 in the evening, I went to my PG room and started script. And then I realized my story is completely incomplete without that person who I met. Long back, not very long, I was born in Hyderabad. I was the one and only child to my parents. So they pampered me a lot. Even the whole family pampered me a lot because I'm the younger one in the family. And then I started my schooling in Nalgonda. I was the naughtiest kid in the class, but teachers used to love me because I used to get good grades. In my 6th grade, my father came to college to meet principal, and he asked, is my son studies at school or is he copying in exams? And principal replied, your son is very good at grades, but the problem is the person who sits beside your son gets less marks because of your son. Your son never studies and never let others to study. And that was a convo between my father and principal. And then my father took one decision. No, he took 3 decisions actually. How many are from Narayana or Chaitanya or Fiji? Fine, I'll modify the question. How many are from Narayana and Chaitanya and Fiji? No one, right? I'm the one. I joined Narayana for 7th and 8th. Those are the boring days of my life. I don't talk much about it. And then I joined Fiji for 9th and 10th. And then I met one girl who fights with me every day. Friend, who fights with me every day. New day, new fight begins. And then in 10th, Virinchi was my best friend. People used to call me Mr. Ego in the class. He changed me and he changed the tag to Mr. Cool. Yeah, I often goes to Virinchi's home. Everyone treats me like their family member. But there's one girl who doesn't even talk to me there. The person who fights with me every day in school and the person who didn't talk to me in Virinchi's home is the same person. She's Sarmada, who I met in Fiji, but didn't talk much there. We got close in lockdown. Yeah. Wait. Okay. And I joined Chaitanya for 11th and 12th. the lockdown started. During lockdown, me and Sarmala used to connect in Zoom and starts watching movies, drama, and everything. I didn't even I didn't even care about my studies. I started copying every single exam, and then we realized and then started studying together. In 12th, my timetable was from evening 6 to morning 6. Me and Sarmala used to connect in Zoom and starts listening to physics wala videos. True. And then from morning 6 to afternoon 2, I used to sleep. And then I used to revise, and then my timetable was continued. In the middle of this, me and Virinchi got some clashes, but Sarmala supported me. She was there with me in good times and bad times too. She trusts me more than her brother. That's why I say she's not my first priority. She's my one and only priority. Friend. And we parted our ways. She took long term to crack NEET exam. And fortunately or unfortunately, I joined Amrita out of all engineering colleges in Pan India. And fortunately, I joined TAB to overcome my stage fear. There are 4 more years I'll overcome. And I made a lot of friends. I guess they'll with me for forever. Sure. No? They are saying yes. I don't know. I don't believe them. And then that's how I completed my script in my room with 2 clumsy and lousy roommates in my clumsy bed. That's how I reminisce my past. And thank you. Over to the Toastmaster, TMoD. Mahi.
Toastmaster Tanoj, how you met your friend was really nice. And I know, like, after all those icebreakers, you all would be feeling chilled. So to get a little warmth, let us have a 5 minutes break. Timer, please. Timer, please let us know when 5 minutes. Yes. Okay, people. Everything in your childhood goes smoothly until there comes a phase which takes childhood away from you. That is called adulthood. For example, back then, I loved eating vegetable puff a lot. But now, even I enjoy puff now, but it's a different puff, which actually damages my health. I hope you people got it. And back then, people, I used to love Indian Premier League a lot, that I used to remember the name of every player, coach, and commentator, only if it's Mayanti Langer. But people, I used to remember every match and statistics of every player. But now, I don't know why, like, what even the match is happening and when it is happening. Believe me, people, I did not even watch yesterday's match, even though the so-called Tala is playing. Okay, that's how life turns the other side when your loving childhood is taken back from you. Now be ready, people. Your childhood called icebreaker speeches are being taken, already taken. So now comes the adulthood, that is evaluation segment. So to go on to the evaluation segment, I would like to hand over the stage to the general evaluators for today's meeting. Toastmaster Dinesh, over to you. Thank you, Toastmaster Maheedhar. Now, let us get into the second segment of today's meeting, which is the evaluation segment. For that, I'd like to call upon the speech evaluator 1 onto the stage, Toastmaster Shambhavi.
So I'm back with the speech evaluation for Toastmaster back. So you started your speech with a question, and that question engaged the audience about what your speech is going to be about. You added humor to your start beginning, and you mentioned there were 7 Adithyas in your class. Now there are 2 Bharadwaj. Even I was confused when I first heard. I was like, which Bharadwaj? Like when I came to your class. So that was a very strong opening to your speech, and the audience connected well with you. And then as your speech progressed, you picked out snippets from your childhood. And audience really connected to it. Like you used to question everything. And whenever you said something, you used your hand gesture, you modulated your voice. Like when you asked, how is light made, you looked at the light. And that makes people think, yeah, this is what he's thinking about, and throw bricks and stuff. And you were able to, your voice was clear. Everyone could hear your voice, and there was, your words were easily understood. Your vocabulary was great, and at the same time connectable by everyone. And audience was aware of everything you told. You had a really good audience engagement, and you appeared comfortable with the audience, or rather not appeared, you were comfortable with your target audience, and your content engaged the audience really well. It caught the audience's attention, and the structure was well constructed. And you talked about everything you did as a kid. You used to climb sheds, pick up tamarinds, etc. And you talked about mechanical watches, your love for them, and you showed it on your hand. So you used a prop in your speech. That's a really good thing for your icebreaker. You have used a prop, and then it transitioned to bikes, mountains, food, cinemas. It was a good transition, and then it came to engineering. You showed the dilemma between engineering and medicine, and I would say you indeed broke the ice. However good a speech is, there is always room for improvement. So firstly, about vocal variety, whenever you say something like you are asking a question, ask, for example, when you ask your mother, how is light made, you could add a little curiosity to the voice. And eye contact with the audience, it was not, you didn't look over the whole hall, you could do that. And gestures too, and stage use. So all together, like you were here the whole time, you could use the stage. For example, when you asked your father about the 1 + 2 question, you could act as your father, or whatever you call him. So like I call my dad Papa, I would ask, Papa, how is 1 + 1 2? And he could give you a seed and then say, this is 1, this is 1, you tell the answer. So you could use that in your speech. And then at certain parts, the transitions wasn't really clear from going to your experience in bikes, mountains, etc. to engineering. It was a bit rushed, so you could work on that. And at the end, I would challenge you. You are really good at storytelling. So I would like you to integrate that into your next speech. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shambhavi. Well, coming to the speech evaluator, Toastmaster Shambhavi, one suggestion I have for you is try to experiment, as you told, for your target speaker. Try to experiment with your vocal variety. It's more like too monotonous as in using same pace in the entire speech. I just suggestion to experiment with your vocal variety, and this is for every evaluator. Just a suggestion it's a suggestion, yeah. Your evaluation, try to frame it in such a manner that when you till the point where you've seen the green card, put the positives there, and after the timer shown the green card, try to put the challenges or things that could have been better, and till the point after yellow card, try to give them the challenges and summarize the speech. Always summarize the speech. I think Shambhavi missed that. So in the next evaluations, please try to summarize and experiment with your vocal varieties. Coming to Toastmaster Aditya. Well, icebreakers are worth to reminisce after completing many levels. So you have your excellent vocabulary. I'm sure you have excellent speech to reminisce in your further journey of Toastmasters. I really love the speech. So that's it with Toastmaster Aditya. Moving ahead, we have the second speech evaluator, who is Toastmaster Nikhilesh. On to the stage.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dinesh and Toastmaster Sanidhya Sharma. Before we get on with your evaluation, I have a small request from you. Please, please, please return my tiffin box. It's been with you for 1 month and you haven't washed it yet and it stinks. So please, since that is done, let's move on to your speech. Wow, wow, and wow. I request everyone to give a round of applause for Sanidhya Sharma. He was very good at it. He had it right there. Yes, thank you. Now, Sanidhya, you seem very comfortable with speaking, public speaking. And then your hand gestures were there. The audience was with you. You were there with a bit of leg pulling and everything. You had it. You seem comfortable. You're using the stage. There were times when you were pacing down the stage, pacing across the stage, and there are times where you use the whole stage. There's a fine line between them. And in the middle, it seemed as though you were pacing up and down the stage. You were going this way. You were going this way, as though you were, using the stage as a distraction a bit. That can be reduced. But apart from that, there were moments where you were just using the whole stage. You were covering the whole stage. That was also there. So I appreciate that. That was good. And then coming to eye contact, your eye contact was good. You weren't looking here, there, or somewhere over there. You were looking at each and every one. Am I audible without the mic? So yeah, where was I? Maintaining eye contact. So you weren't looking there at the wall or the ceiling or the floor. You were looking at everyone. A small suggestion would be when you look at everyone, maintain eye contact. Like when you're looking at, suppose when I'm looking at you and speaking, okay? Just don't, as soon as you see me, don't move to some other person. Suppose you're looking at someone here, then don't move here, okay? Just speak to them, hi, yeah, and then go here. And the next thing would be hand gestures. Your hand gestures were right there. It was apt. It was very good. You had your hand moving like this. You had it in your pocket. You seem very comfortable with all that. And speech content was very beautiful. The structure, it was structured very good. You had the introduction. You had the body of the speech, the conclusion. Everything was right there. It seemed perfect. And when it comes to interaction with the audience, you had that also. And there are a bit of improvements with your speech where I could say fillers. Yes, you use a bit of fillers, and some words I noticed that you were using are like, but, and since I saw you preparing for your speech, I know that you use because a lot. But yes, you have reduced that in your speech today. But yesterday night, I know what happened. So yes, apart from that, I think Sanidhya Sharma, a job well done.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Nikhilesh, for that wonderful evaluation. Well, for speakers, I'll just give generalized evaluation for everyone at the end. But I'll give the, if I have any specific points, I'll just mention. For Toastmaster Sanidhya, I don't have anything. It was a wonderful speech. Coming to speech evaluator 2, Toastmaster Nikhilesh, I have a few points for you. First one is, don't start with, am I audible question. It is a very cliche question wherein we got used to that in the online scenario, but trust me, in person, it's not necessary. Your XCOM already made sure of that when they come to the meeting hall. So we don't have to ask that. This is for everyone. Don't start with, am I audible? It's very redundant. After that, there goes a quote. When you are in room, be like a Roman. So when you are evaluating, only focus on your evaluation. So you started with that lunchbox thing, which is, I feel, not necessary. So entirely focus on the content and the evaluation that you're giving. And third thing is usage of repetitors and fillers. that is the job of our counter. So there's an counter focused entirely for that specific thing. That is not necessary in your evaluation, is what I feel. So these are the improvements I have for you for the next evaluation that you're going to give. All cool? Yeah. Moving ahead, we have Speech Evaluator 3, Toastmaster Manjusha, onto the stage.
Congratulations on giving your icebreaker. Let us give a big round of applause for his attempt. It was an amazing speech full of turns and twists. Your speech title, Roaster Coaster, rightly justified the speech flow. You scoring that 10% of marks to standing first in class. Everything is a perfect roller coaster ride. And that's so sweet of you for asking the audience to give their time, to give their valuable time. And thanks for sharing the story behind your name instead of just telling your name. And also, all of us has one or the other kind of those Narayana Chaitanya stories that college united us, if not Amrita. And that pinch of humor added a great point to your speech. You are comfortable on the stage and you are not stuttering or stammering on the stage. And these are the things you can actually work on. First thing is the gestures. If you are not comfortable using the mic, you can avoid it always and just check your audio and you can always avoid it and use more hand gestures instead of just holding mic in one hand and leaving the other hand empty. You can always have some hand gestures. And stage usage. Just like me standing here, don't do that. Try to use the stage always because there is so much space here. Just do walking and you'll definitely get that. And maybe enough practice may add on to your vocabulary because there are repetitions. So maybe enough practice with your mentor would do this. Also, eye contact. Instead of looking at the same person or looking at the same corner, you can always cover the complete crowd. That actually gives you confidence and their acknowledgement will boost you. And then the structure of the speech is great. The conclusion can be better. You can work on it. And that was a wonderful speech and would love to see you going and getting through more turns and transitions. Of course, you'll find your girl of dreams, maybe girls like Sri Krishna. And at the end, I request you to keep an ear to the ground and have some takeaways from the evaluation. Like how you said that you made it top of the students by working hard. Same way you are going to shine on the stage. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Manjusha. Well, I want to put this in my general evaluation, but yeah, usage of the mic. Considering we are in a hybrid setup, it is not optional to use the mic. We have to use the mic for the benefit of the online audience. If we are going with completely in person, that depends on the speaker if they want to use the mic or not. But when we are in a hybrid setup and we are halfway through it, we have to use the mic. There's no option. So hope everyone are clear with that. All right. So that is one thing. Except for that, Toastmaster Manjusha's evaluation was on point. And Toastmaster Lalith, same thing. Don't worry about the audio video check. Just focus on your speech. Start right away with that. And okay. When you are giving a speech also, try to have a more firm stance. That shows your confidence to the audience. That's the one suggestion I have for you. Now, moving ahead, let us have the fourth speech evaluator, Toastmaster Rom, onto the stage.
Yeah, guys, I'm back with my evaluation for my target speaker, Tapan Datta. So come on, let's give a round of applause to Tapan. Because it requires courage and the balls to do it, because it took me almost 1 year to give my icebreaker. So great work, Tapan. So yeah, he gave us intro from childhood in a sequence. The way you weave the story, like how you started from nursery, gradually, like how you came from the childhood to the adulthood. That was greatly done. It's a good transition. and a subtle humor. Like you talk normally, but you never know when there's a joke coming. So, okay, yeah. Can a random joke just pop in, the whole room starts laughing? That's a great work which you did. And good usage of hand gestures, like you use like this and all that. The hand gestures are really good. And yeah, and on the contrary, you watched a lot of cricket, but me on the other hand, like hardly watch cricket. Like, only if CSK is playing or only if Dhoni is playing, I start watching cricket. So to contrary evaluations here. So that's great. So something which I want you to improve on is like I want you to give more energy to the stage. For example, you spoke on one point and you spoke in a monotonous voice. I want you to give more voice modulations, walk around, be confident, be open, feel confident, like use more space. So they feel like you know you're doing something on the stage, you know you're confident. No matter how long in the stage for, they have to listen to you for no matter what, 4 minutes, 5 minutes. So just be confident with what you're doing. Yeah, and eye contact. So when you're talking, right? So if I'm talking to you right now, make this eye contact, then move around, then meet another person. So they won't be able to get distracted. They have to be hinged towards you. They may be like, okay, what if this person asks me the next question? So just manipulate the audience, I would say. And yeah, I think you have to work a bit more on your conclusion. It was good, but make it more crisp and give it a surprise element. So they'll remember it for example, you give a conclusion right now. They'll remember to the next speech or next meeting, which okay, this man concluded a speech like this. What is he gonna have this time for us? So that would make a great speech. So other than that, it's an amazing speech. All the best for the next more speeches coming. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Ram. Giving evaluation for the fourth speaker, Toastmaster Tapan. Well, same suggestion for you. Stand more professionally, not on the hands on waist, all those things. It's a stage. We have to respect that. And good thing you did is you used both word of the day and idiom of the day. It's a job of grammarian, but yeah. Can we have a round of applause for him? Coming to the fourth speech evaluator, Toastmaster Ram. Well, don't start with, hey guys, all those things. You can have more formal greetings. Greetings, everyone. I'll start with my evaluation sort of thing. And try to put the evaluation in slow pace. And there is one sentence where you said, not manipulate the audience. It's not the right usage. Know your audience, you can use it. And one more session I have, which we are going to talk later. Okay. Now, moving ahead, let's have the speech evaluator 5, Toastmaster Veerabhadra, onto the stage.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests present here. I am back with my evaluation. So I was so jealous of you people because whenever I reminisce my icebreaker, the same thing happens. So thank you, Dinesh. Let's just not talk about that. But after
and the online. Can the online audience hear now? Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests present. Can I get a good afternoon? Let's all wake up now. It's the end of the meeting. Coming to the end of the meeting, I congratulate each and every speaker for today's meeting who gave their icebreaker. This is your first step towards the world of Toastmasters. You made each one of us reminisce into our icebreaker speech. I still remember my first evaluator, Toastmaster Maheedhar. Thank you so much for bringing back those memories. And I wish you all the best for your upcoming speeches and rock the world of public speaking. Coming to the end, now before I close the meeting, we'll go for a voting. So go ahead, the voting form is dropped in the group. Can I have Gayatri onto the stage to give us a feedback on today's meeting?
Enjoyed yours. Thank you so much. It's a team win for us and we celebrate it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gayatri. Hope to see you in the club. And coming to online audience, there is no guess. So go ahead and vote. Can I get a confirmation if everyone voted? Okay. We'll go with the results.
Dinesh, online audience, you have to vote. Online audience and one more have to vote here. Gayatri, vote.
Okay, we have the results. First, going ahead with the best of tag team. Any guesses? It's almost the same. Small tie, almost. The best of tag team goes to Toastmaster Supriya. Congratulations, Toastmaster Supriya. Best of speech evaluators. Toastmaster Aditya. Aditya is not here. So. And the best of Big Four. The general evaluator for today's meeting, Toastmaster Dinesh. Congratulations, Toastmaster Dinesh. Last but not the least, the best of prepared speakers. Any guesses? One of them, genius. Toastmaster Tanoj. Congratulations, Toastmaster Tanoj. Yes, she's still your friend only. Coming to the end of the meeting, I'll close the meeting. I declare meeting number 195, theme The Childish Childhood, closed. The room is open for networking. All of you come out to the stage for a group photo.